You ever had someone try to steal the ground right out from under you while claiming it's for your own good? If you haven't, well, let me tell you, it's a special kind of absurd. I mean, picture this. One minute you're sipping coffee, looking out at the water your family's kept clean for 40 years. Next minute, you're apparently trespassing on your own lake. Yeah, you heard me. Trespassing. Clearwater Lake, Montana. First light turns the whole place silver, the kind of calm that settles into your bones. That's what I wake up for. Used to be my uncle's pride, enjoy 90 acres of pure, clean water, trout floating beneath the surface, so clear you'd think the fish were ghosts. It's peaceful, or it was. I left engineering behind, left the clatter and the meetings and the grind, just to breathe this kind of air, to let go. That's the thing about peace, though. It never really sticks around. Crack of gravel, sharp enough to ruin the best morning. I barely got the mug to my lips when I hear her voice like a car alarm, slicing straight through the fog. Stop right there. You're trespassing on federal wildlife sanctuary water. Not even a hello. That's Mara Kensington, HOA president. You know the type. If authority had a perfume, she'd bathe in it. Marches down the slope, fuchsia pantsuit, flanked by two volunteers carrying binders thicker than their patience. Look less like neighbors, more like a couple of mall cops auditioning for the big leagues. Heels in the dirt, chin up, Mara says, I'm ordering you off this dock. I'll call the authorities. I just took another sip. Let the coffee do the talking for me. Morning to you too, Mara. She's already dialing 911 before I can get a second word in. Yes, dispatch. Immediate response. Trespasser at Clearwater Lake. Possible environmental crime. Just for walking out on my dock, my lake. You see where this is going? The volunteers, Ron, nervous mustache, and Lena, lips so tight they might as well be holding in the apocalypse start, waving binders, quoting sections from the federal wetland regulations. Restricted water zones, Ron says. Apparently, I'm breaking subsection 12. Ron, this is my dock, I tell him. This is my lake. Mara just steamrolls right over me. This lake has been reclassified. Didn't you read the notices? No notices. Never are, with people like Mara. But you know what she says next? Ignorance is not a defense, Mr. Caldwell. That's about when the sheriff's truck pulls in, crawling down the road like even it's tired of this song and dance. Mara, arms crossed, smug as you please. Good. We'll settle this now. My uncle used to tell me, don't waste words when silence will do. So I kept quiet. Sheriff Harlan steps out, slow. I was already asking, why me? Mara launches into her routine, binder in hand. This man is violating federal sanctuary laws. Harlan blinks. Ma'am, this here's private property. Was private, Mara corrects. Reclassified under the Environmental Preservation Act last month. I have the documents. Her volunteers, bless their hearts, start piling binders into her arms. Pages and seals, stamps, legal jargon, none of it real, but it sure looked busy. Harlan, good man, reads a page. EPA, Section 4B, Federal Wetland, he frowns. This is mighty new. Why haven't we heard? Mara puts her hand over her heart, like she's about to pledge allegiance to herself. This region falls under federal jurisdiction. All notices go through the HOA subcommittee. She's making up as she goes, but she's confident. That's what makes her dangerous. I step off the dock, hand Harlan a page. Deputy, these aren't federal documents. They're printed off some website she probably made last night. Mara snaps back. You have no authority to question EPA documentation. And you, I say, have no authority to invent it. By now, even Harlan looks like he's caught between a joke and a headache. When was this lake reclassified? 34 days ago, after a habitat assessment, Mara says, rehearsed. And that's when a voice pipes up from the tree line. Pretty sure the only assessment out here lately was by raccoons. Ray Johnson, old fishing guide, walks over. Hand me a thermos. Plants himself beside me, arms crossed. Ethan, you ain't the first. Mara pulled the same trick on the Hendersons, the Matsons. Both families sold after she started this circus. Mara barks. That was their decision. They didn't want federal trouble. Ray stares right back. They didn't want to be steamrolled. The air goes heavy, the kind that makes even birds quiet. Harlan tries to cut through it. Mara, if this is federally protected, I need real filings, real state notices. Mara tries pushing her binder at him again. These are certified. I take a page, show him the blue stamp. This seals Department of Transportation, not EPA. Ray snorts. Guess she mixed up her fake stamps. Mara's mask is slipping. She tells me, you have 30 minutes to vacate before federal agents arrive. Next level of enforcement, she calls it. Ray laughs. Federal compliance agents? That's when it clicks for me. This isn't about wildlife. It's not about fish. It's a setup, and she's done it before. Harlan, check the records. Deeds are clean, no restrictions, no easements, no federal sanctuary. Mara hisses, you'll regret this. People who resist learn quickly. Ray leans in. She's trying to scare you. Behind Mara, her volunteers hover, eyes darting like maybe someone real might actually show up. But no one does. I'm not leaving, I say. Mara's face turns hard. Then we'll escalate. And off she storms, SUV tire spinning. Ray sighs, this ain't over. He's right. It's just begun. By late afternoon, the lake's back to its usual hush. Dragonflies, sunlight, a surface so calm it looks staged. But beneath attention, Ray's gone home, but I know he's watching. That's what old-timers do. I'm sanding the railing when I hear engines. Not 1-4. SUVs kicking up a storm down the driveway. Mara's leading the parade, this time in a fake uniform, like she's auditioning for federal cosplay. Her crew fans out, metal stakes, warning signs, orange tape if you squint, maybe it looks official. They slap federal wetlands. No entry signs all over. I walk up. This is still private property. Not anymore, Mara snaps. Your borders have been adjusted. By who? HOA Environmental Subcommittee under Provisional Federal Authority. That's not a thing, I say. It is if you refuse to acknowledge it. She's redrawing my property lines with orange tape and red marker. Volunteers mumble about speckled, ridge-beaked herons. I call her out, no such bird. She waves me off. You're not a biologist. No, but I know the difference between real regs and last night's homework. She threatens to lock me out of my own house. Until assessment's complete, you can't occupy it. That's when I decide I'm done playing her game. I walk past the tape, straight into my cabin. At my uncle's old desk, I unlock the bottom drawer. Steel briefcase. Inside documents. Real ones. The kind no one else has. I walk out, case in hand. What's that? She demands. Proof, I say. Not paperwork. Proof. She scoffs, but there's a hitch in her voice. She's losing her grip. Next morning, the whole lake's on edge. Fog rolling low, sunlight catching on the water. Mara shows up again, full force this time. 3 white Range Rovers. A moving truck labeled Crystal Preserve Environmental Analysis Unit. Behind her, a man I don't know turns out. It's her husband, Thomas. Ray whispers. He's not a lawyer anymore. Thomas tries the legalese, but I step in. For the last decade, I helped write these laws you're quoting. Their faces crack. They lay out their play. Declare a sanctuary, forge evidence, threaten prosecution, buy out properties for pennies on the dollar. Crystal Preserve Holdings. They did it to the Hendersons, the Matsons. They thought I was next. Except this time, their plans unraveling. I hold up my briefcase. You two have no idea what you're up against. Mara sneers. We've beaten everyone before you. I step closer. None of them had what I have. And what's that? Evidence and the law. That evening, they retreat. But I know it's not over. That night, Ray drops by. They think you're easy. Alone. No family. No backup. He's right. And that's what Mara bets on. I reach for my phone encrypted app. One touch, a quiet voice. It's time. Ray just nods. Tomorrow's going to be a long day. Dawn comes sharp, cold. Engines. More SUVs, a full-on performance. Mara and her fake team tape off my property. Plant fake evidence. One guy slips a baggie in the soil near my dock, thinking nobody's watching. By the time the feds arrive, they'll confirm what we already know. Mara says, all triumph. Except she didn't count on what I'd set in motion. Thup thup through protor blades, split the sky. Black helicopter, not white, not a toy. Agent Naomi Parker, Environmental Crimes Unit, steps out. Real authority walks different, you know? Calm, quiet, no need for shouting. She sizes up the scene. Fake hazmat suits, hazard tape, all the props. She asks for the rundown. I tell her. Fake raid, planted evidence, impersonation. I believe we have an HOA impersonating federal authority. Ergo still. Agent Parker lays it all bare, calls Mara out, calls Thomas out. This is not a federal seizure site. Your organization is not federal. You impersonated authority. That's a felony. Even Ray lets out a whistle. She asks for credentials. Mara tries, stumbles, Parker cuts her off. That's not a federal entity. Thomas steps in, tries to talk circles. Parker shuts him down. I'll get to you shortly. She clears the fake crew off my dock. Picks up the planted sample. State hazmat operators don't use freezer bags. Her radio crackles. Unit 3. These documents match multiple cases of forged claims under Crystal Preserve Holdings. We're en route. I hand over my files, real reports, clean assessments, deeds, records going back 50 years. Agent Parker reads them. Senator Caldwell, author of the Anti-HOA Protection Act. That's right. The law just went into effect. Mara turns ghost white. Thomas tries to pivot, but Parker's done playing. You're under investigation for forgery, staging federal authority, planting evidence, and intimidation. Real federal SUVs roll in. Agents spread out, bag evidence, photograph every fake badge, and sign. You only had a clipboard and a costume, Agent Rodriguez says. Thomas and Mara realize it's over. Are we under arrest? Not yet, but you'll be in about 60 seconds. I open the briefcase, show Rodriguez everything. The contamination they reported? Planted. We saw it. Rodriguez nods. That's all it takes. Agents cuff Mara, cuff Thomas. Mara screams. You think this makes you a hero? You don't understand what you're dealing with. Rodriguez cuts her off. Ma'am, the only thing unsafe here was your operation. She blusters about higher backing. He just waits. Restitution's promised for the families they forced out. Full dissolution of Crystal Preserve Holdings. As Mara and Thomas get loaded into the SUVs, Ray says, reckon that's the end of them. Not quite, I think. The end of their fear, sure. But real justice? That's just begun. 6 months later, snow melts, spring rolls in. Clearwater Lake still as clean as ever, but now HOA gone. Families coming back. Hendersons, Matsons, even the Caldwells. I stand on the dock with Ray, sun on our backs, eagles overhead. Your uncle would be proud, he says, as I hold a letter from the county name. Sole owner, no restrictions. The lake is free again. Sheriff Harlan comes by with good news. Lake certified cleanest in Montana. My uncle's records used for training. You stop something bigger than fraud, he says. Ray asks me, ever think this lake saved itself through you? Maybe he's right. Maybe some places are too pure to be stolen, no matter how hard people try. Then my phone buzzes. Another HOA bully, another family in trouble, this time in Wyoming. Ray grins. Trouble. Seems like it. I say, guess you're going to help? That's the plan. I look out at the Lake justice settled here, and it's not stopping anytime soon. If you've ever stood your ground for what's yours, drop a yes. Let folks know they're not alone. And if you believe justice still means something, stick around. Because this fight, it's just getting started. What would you have done if it was your land? Where do you draw the line between standing your ground and letting someone steamroll you? Let's hear your stories right here, right now.
Cảm ơn tất cả các bạn đã xem video.